So, oh my gosh. The good thing is, to report that is, that I gave up my other channel, so I'm going to be seeing you more. It's hard when you're doing two different channels that have two different themes, right? And I'm just using orange water, and you're trying to find time for everything, right guys? So anyway, happy Monday. I know this has been a heavy Monday. We just had the full moon in Pisces, I believe it is, and whew, it's kicking my butt. I don't know about you. We're going to be using the Welt Tarot, but before that, let's do some whispers of love. Okay, we're going to use this oracle deck. Let's get started, my people, and let's see what life is bringing. Let's see what life is lifing, okay? So for those that come in later, this is a Libra check-in, energy check-in, okay? What do you have for my Libra spirit? I know, right? They're like, well, why don't you light some incense? You know, I mean, if you feel like it's a heavy day, and I'm like, you're right, spirit, let me do that. So let me light some sage. Just smudge a little bit, since it has been a heavy day. I don't know if it's been a heavy day for you guys, but I just got home and getting right to it. Ooh, look at that. We're on fire, literally. We don't want to burn down the table. Burn down the altar, as they say, right? Smudge for you and a little smudge for me. So, yeah, it's been that kind of a day. I mean, it's not been a bad day, guys, so don't get me wrong, but it has been very filled with doing. So let's go back to our tarot and our oracle cards. So what is coming for Libra, please and thank you? What is coming for Libra, please and thank you? And forgive me with my hair and everything, but like I said, I just got in. What is coming for my Libra? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. So anybody that's an air sign or has Libra or Venus in their chart could resonate with this reading, okay? All right, messages. Let's go. 1, 2, and 3. I don't read reversals in this particular oracle deck, because in oracle decks there mostly are no reversals. So let's go. Turning this around. Oh my goodness. So it says, receive with love and appreciation. Gracious acceptance is a way to show love. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you can see. I am a little bit distant from the screen, but what I found interesting about this particular card is we just came out of summer and now we're in the real tippy tip of fall. We haven't even gotten our feet wet into fall yet. And what I see is a snowflake. That's what I was trying to point out. There's a snowflake. And it is said that every snowflake is different. Isn't that amazing? So they're going. It seems like, and I was going to say, so let me complete my sentence. They're going to give you a gift. I don't know who they are, because we just started, but someone is about to give you a gift. Sorry, spirit is funny. I mean, I don't know if you guys, I know some of you guys out there are gifted and maybe tarot readers as well, or be empaths, etc. And I'm laughing because spirit is saying, yes, they're going to give you a gift. But Libra, you may think, well, what is this? What is this? Or what do I do with this? I'm laughing because they're telling me that the gift may be so unique that you're like, why'd you give this to me? Or, you know how have you ever, let's just put it in plain text. Have you ever had a Christmas present and you're like, oh my God, the wrapping's so beautiful, and you're just, going at the present to open it, and then you open it and you're like, oh, or oh. So you might have that kind of reaction to someone giving you a gift. And Spirit is saying, react with grace, react with humbleness and acceptance, because, well, maybe you wouldn't give that kind of gift. Or maybe it's not, you know, have you ever had those people that are like, oh my God, is it earrings? Is it an engagement ring? No, it's not going to be either or. But it is going to be a gift. So don't regift it. I'm saying that because, believe it or not, one Christmas, my eldest son and daughter-in-law regifted things to me that someone else gave them that they did not want. And that's not nice. So, someone's about to give you something or offer you something, and it may not be what you want. So, you know, if it's offering you something and you really don't want it, then just be honest in a tactful way. Thanks, but no thanks. I'll pass. But if it is a gift, please accept it with grace, okay? Don't be like, oh, okay. Take a chance on love. When we love, our lives are changed forever, Libra. Look at that. And I love the way they're strolling down, I don't know, the lake, or even, yeah, maybe the lake, the river. And it reminds me of the Six of Swords, doesn't it? I mean, for real, for me, that's what I'm seeing. It reminds me of the Six of Swords. Because there's a smooth passage and everybody is serene and going towards things in a calm manner. And together. Together is the main topic or main theme of that card, okay? Treasure your loved ones. Just said that. Accept things with grace. It is important to love others deeply. Aww, Libra. It is important to love others deeply. It is. I just finished saying just last week that you really don't choose love. Love chooses you. I hope that makes sense. You really don't choose love. Love chooses you. So what does that mean? That means that there's some people that are like, I'm never going to fall in love, and I don't want to fall in love, and I don't want anybody, and blah, blah, blah. And then when you least expect it, they're in a relationship. Why? Because love chooses you. You don't choose love. It's a feeling that comes over you, and it just is. You don't have control over who you fall in love with, or who you don't fall in love with, for that matter, right? That fact. However, when you do love, or when somebody does cause you to fall in love with them, love with all of yourself. Don't hold back. All right, so now let's go into this tarot and we will clarify if we need to. Oh, Libra, wow. Wow, this moon, oh my gosh, I cannot wait to show you. Two things are happening in here simultaneously that I want to discuss with you. So on the one hand, love is coming in fast. Relationship is coming in fast for some of you. Now, that's the good part. You will feel like you're tested by the fire, or maybe they feel like they're being tested by the fire. Okay? You know, I just finished thinking today. I thanked someone today at work. And I'm going to tell you why. There was a process that I wasn't doing right, and I just couldn't get it. I wasn't comprehending the process. And for a straight week, well, not even a straight week, maybe it was 4 days. 4 days in a row, this coworker that had been there longer kept giving things back to me. He's like, these are not right. These are not right. And at first I was about to get upset. You know, you get upset because you feel sometimes like, well, you're not my boss. You know, you can get into that little snippy little attitude with people. But when I thought about it, I didn't get angry about it because it was a teaching moment. And that person was teaching me. And you know what? Fast forward to now, I've been teaching other people how to do the same process. And it really was like 4 different groups of people that I taught to do that process. So see what I'm saying is that here I'm seeing, let me get it again. Let me bring it up so you can see why I'm discussing this. You see that sword? That sword has to be, woof, I'm getting escalofrio. I just got to chill. The sword has to be tempered, right? In order to make the sword, steel sharpens steel. So you get ore, right? And you get iron, and you form the shape of the sword, but it's not quite a sword yet. It's through pressure and heat and pounding that this becomes the most beautiful sword you've ever seen, right? Which is you, Libra. That's what I'm getting at, which is you. So something is going to make you feel a lot of pressure. Something is coming in, that rider's coming in quick. And it's all happening because of this full moon that we're just currently in. It's happening. But it's also, if you see the tree of life there, things are starting to try to take root. Things are trying to form. And it's going to become really strong. Okay? These feelings are going to be really strong. The relationship will eventually be very strong. See that? Thor with his hammer. The thunder god. But at the same time that's going to make you strong, or the relationship strong that you're heading towards, it's also going to make you feel like you're being tried. And you're going to feel hopeless, and you're going to feel like, oh my God, it's not a workable experience, or it's not a workable relationship. And Spirit is saying, when you least expect, I will make a way. Do you see them pointing? Do you see the man pointing? Because right here, there's a way through right there. And that's what he's pointing at. The dark clouds are everywhere else except there. And the reason is because that's an opening. And look, even the rays. You see the rays right there coming down from the heavens to show the way through. So I feel, and when tarot readers say I feel, ooh, it hurts. You see that? You see how red my hand is? Oh my God. I feel, and there's a lot of pain involved in somebody's growth right now. Somebody's trying to ascend, and it's like birthing pains. Oh my God, I looked down and look. I didn't want to skip to that. Someone is having a hard time right now. Either you or your cross watcher is having a hard time right now trying to ascend, trying to get to another level spiritually, wisdom, maturity. And it's causing them hell to try to mature. There is a way through though, so whether you want to stick with them or you don't, that's up to you. But we have the ox here, right? We have the water buffalo ox. I call them an ox. And oxes are normally obstinate. They're normally stubborn, but they're also able to pull a lot of weight because you use them to plow fields, right? So you will make it through, they will make it through, and the birthing process will be had. It's not going to be easy peasy lemon squeezy, but it is possible, okay? Someone's having a lot of issues right now with trying to ascend. So my heart goes out to you guys, whether it's you or whether it's your person that we're talking about that just can't seem to get past their lesson. And it is a hard lesson. But let me tell you something, Libra. They cannot walk the path of ascension for you, and you cannot walk the path of ascension for them. What do I mean by that? I mean, you have to do whatever work you have in front of you spiritually to grow as a person, as a human being. and they have to do their own growing. It's not because you can't grow together. In certain instances, yes, like relationships. But when it comes to, let's say, past hurts, traumas, removing residue from your life, from anything of the past that may have upset you, any trauma, PTSD, anything like that, old relationships that the residue is still there, they have to do the work. You have your own work to do. They have to do their own work. Now, when they refuse to do their work, it can feel like hell, because they had, I always call it like going to summer school. Have you ever gone to summer school? I think I went 1 year. Like for a week or something like that. I think there was like a mix or something, and I went for like a week. But I call it summer school because through all of these years, let's say grade kindergarten through 12th grade, Spirit has been trying to get you to elevate lesson by lesson by lesson. And when you refuse to learn and you refuse to grow, as your cross watcher seems to be doing, then all of a sudden, Spirit says, oh, you didn't want to grow, now I'm going to force you to grow. And what happens is summer school. It's all crammed into like a week or 2 weeks or 3 months. And you've got to learn from kindergarten through 12th grade in that time frame. And you like it or lump it, you're growing. Because that's what Spirit wants. So that's what I'm seeing for this person. And they're going to bring their little woes to your door. They're going to bring whatever pressure. And I almost choked on my own voice. So somebody doesn't want me to tell you what people are going through right now that you're apart from. This is somebody you're not maybe either you're not in communication, or the communication is little to nothing currently, and they're going through it. And Spirit is telling me they're going through it because they refuse to do the work in increments. So instead of increments, now God is giving it to them, wham, right in your face. You're doing the work. So let's see what else Spirit would like to tell us in reference to this love. Spirit, we need more clarity, please. Can you give us some more information in reference to this person that, and forgive me if you can hear that. I live off of 2 busy boulevards, and this home is not soundproof, unfortunately. Tell me what Libra should expect from this person, and any more information you can give us as to why did they refuse to do the work. Please and thank you. All right, let's go. Queen of Wands. First card out is the Queen of Wands, so let's see why she's here. Queen of Wands is only interested in money. So that much we know so far. And the rest is heartache. So in other words, this Queen of Wands, I don't believe it's you. They may be associated with your cross watcher. This Queen of Wands is going to be sure to take all this money, the security that they can walk away with, because they're also saying, because I'm walking away with heartache with the 3 of Swords. In comes you, Libra, and I want to define this at present. If you're a male watching me, or you're a female watching me, these are energies. So if you're a man that's dealing with a woman, then it's the Queen of Wands, okay, that's coming through. If you are a woman dealing with a man, then he's coming out with fire energy of the Queen of Wands right now, okay? But I do see this as possible third party, because the Queen of Wands is saying she's walking away, meaning the energy of the Queen of Wands. She's walking away with your money, security, because they're walking away with what they feel is heartache and pain. Libra, on the other hand, messages are going to come in really quick with the 8 of Wands. and you will get an offer. You will receive an offer. Remember I talked about the gift? Remember that was the first card with the snowflake? And I said you're getting a gift or you're getting offered something. Okay, here's the offer again, which is going to present a new beginning, because that is the merchant that's always at the harbor, the safe harbor, waiting for their ships to come in. And then this is your ships finally coming in. All right? This may be in reference to money, finances. That's the Ace of Cups. I'm sorry, the Ace of Coins. Where'd I get cups from? And this is the Wheel of Fortune telling you your fortunes are changing. Your fortunes are changing. So if things were not moving along the way you wanted them, don't worry. You will soon find that your fortunes are changing. Look at that. What did I say? You already have an offer with the Page of Cups. Now you're having a confirmed offer with the Knight of Cups. That is freaking amazing. That is awesome. Something is ending. Something has ended. So let's see. Something has ended, and 5 will get you 10. That the Queen of Wands is who it was ended with. That energy over here that's claiming that, well, I'm going away with my security. I'm going away with heartache. I want to say that as far as matching is concerned, your person that you're not currently talking to, or there's little to no communication that's on your mind, that's one thing that they match. And maybe it's a good thing that this relationship is ending between them. I don't say that about marriage in general, but sometimes you can be with the wrong person. And if this person wasn't willing to see that they could have saved their marriage or relationship a long time ago with just making changes and becoming a different person, or giving this relationship a different approach, then you as the Libra shouldn't feel any kind of remorse, because you didn't take anything from this person. I always say, if that person was meant to be with a cross-watcher, there's no way possible that cross-watcher would come to you. I'm just saying, I like to be perfectly blunt and honest. I do not sugarcoat my readings, because that's the honest truth. If you are in a good, blessed, secure, loving relationship, nobody can come between you and your person. So if this person is saying, oh, I'm walking away with all this heartache, where was that heartache when you could have fixed things between you and the cross-watcher, Miss or Mr. Queen of Wands? That's all I have to say. So there is an ending here with the Ten of Swords, and really quickly we see this Knight of Swords. But instead of them being sad, they're coming in super happy there. Don't ask me, okay? But they're coming in with the Nine of Cups. So Spirit is really weird. Bear with me. Yes, I am saying God is weird. God always has a sense of humor. We don't normally acknowledge that, but God has a very funny sense of humor. So they're telling me, literally, Spirit is telling me, one man's trash is another man's treasure. So this person didn't know how to keep what they had in a positive way, making their home loving and caring. So they're ending up with money, but what is that expression about money? Money is stone and cold. You know, like coins, they're always cold to touch, right? So money is stone cold, but that's stone cold cash that you're walking away with, Queen of Wands. Meanwhile, it seems like the cross-watcher is only too happy about it. Don't ask me, guys. Strange relationships, right? So here, whew, we have the Seven of Wands, because now they're going to have to try to figure out how to change their life, how to go about having a better outcome in life in general. And I'm talking about the cross watcher right now. But look at that. They do have a justice on their side. The cross watcher has justice on their side. I banged my hand today, and when I did this right now, I looked down and I have a little bit of a swelling right there because I hit it with a box, a very heavy box. The cross watcher has positive, like, I see them smiling and like running towards you. Oh my gosh. Libra, look at this. I can't pass up showing this to you. You already came out in your reading. You have a counterpart. You have your counterpart that is running back towards you. Now, some of you might say, but Victoria, I don't want him, or I don't want her. You know, Helga, like I call them, Helga and Ramon can keep them. But they are coming back towards you, and pretty swiftly and with a smile on their face. So they're pretty stoked about this, either divorce or separation or breakup or whatever it is. Oh my God, Libra. That's the Hierophant. They're going to offer you a permanent relationship of sorts. If you're already engaged, then the marriage. If you're already living together, then being engaged. If you're not even boyfriend and girlfriend, then it's going to happen pretty quick. That it goes from 0 to 60, this relationship, because they're thinking about marriage with you. Very interesting. Look at that. And they want it to happen because they're bringing in the Magician. I don't care what I have to do. I'm moving this mountain and I'm going to be with my Libra. Wow. I guess in that aspect, I kind of feel sorry for the Helga or Ramon. Not really. But, you know, you try to look on both sides of that coin, and you've got to feel sorry for them because they didn't know what they were losing until they lost it. Oh my gosh, they want complete happiness with the 10 of Cups. And they want it with you. Hi, I see someone has written something. Hi, how are you, Red Elephant? Thank you for joining. So, my goodness. Wow. Wow. So, no wonder that Spirit was saying one man's trash is another man's treasure, because this person couldn't see the gift they had while they had it, and that's why this person is so happy to run away. I mean, make it make sense, right? But I mean, you know, you can find joy in something that's ending if it wasn't good, if it wasn't good for you. It can work too. Look at that. They're willing to put in the hard work. Wow. Ooh. And they want to make sure they bank with you. So they want to work together to make some kind of their little, between you both, a dynasty, so to speak. Look, because they feel like you're someone who attracts wealth. And meanwhile, they know that they're leaving behind wealth. Ay, 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 it's a double-edged sword, right? You know, Helga is taking, or Ramon is taking the money, but they get to have their freedom. I don't know. I guess I could put it in these terms, Libra. If I was locked away in a prison and somebody said, instead of living here in prison for 50 years, I'm going to take 90% of your wealth, but you can leave today. What do you say, Libra? You know, being the person I am, I'd be like, shoot, I can make money again, but I cannot get my freedom every day. Okay, but I want it in writing, and I want a copy of it, and I want a lawyer, and you know, being a Libra, I'm going to think everything, right? But yeah, I would walk away and remake my wealth, because it would give me so much peace of mind and happiness. And I'd be with the person I wanted to be with that made me happy. So it's a win-win. This is a steady movement towards bonding in, I don't know why they're saying a structured way. Maybe before your relationship with the cross-watcher, Libra, didn't have any structure. Maybe it was all over the place. But this time, slow and steady and structured. And there's a lot of hidden emotions, lots of hidden emotions. So both good and bad, and this is from the cross watcher. There's a walking away with the 8 of Cups. So initially they're going to be happy, but there will be some sadness, some remorse, and something that bothers them. I mean, you know, yeah, I'd want to buy my freedom, but at the same time, I'm not going to say it wouldn't bother me. Okay, I'm a Libra. Hi. Hi, love. How are you doing? So beautiful. How are you? So, yes. So you're going to hear a bunch of messages back and forth, and it seems like there's going to be a lot of talking messages back and forth between the cross watcher, the person that you have on your mind, and Helga or Ramon, whoever it is they're connected to, male or female. And at times, this person is going to put their, you know, the old folks used to say, I'm going to put my pants on right, and I'm going to put my belt on and make sure I got everything on right? Put on those galoshes. We used to say, there's so much BS, I got to wear galoshes, right? So this person is going to come out as their emperor self. And I want to say that what I've seen from the cards in recent readings for Libra is that your cross watcher would assert themselves. I'm not going to take this anymore, and then would cower and then just seep into the background and, oh, I'll deal with this because I don't want to lose money. And then there'd be another bout, you know, like a boxer, I get my second win, and I don't have to tolerate you. And then again, going back into the background and just melding into the background and trying to stay out of each other's way. I saw a lot of that going on. But it looks like they're finally going to get enough courage to become the emperor that they're always supposed to have been. Look at that. Relationships from the past. Let's see if they're talking about you or the Helga they're leaving behind. They're trying to be very wise this time around. So when they do things with you, Libra, you're going to notice that it's almost like an observation phase for them, because they want to make sure that it's not going to happen again. And I can't blame people for that, okay? I cannot blame people for that. This King of Wands is like, yeah. They're not going to be happy. They're not going to be too happy when they have to deal with the third party, okay? But they do want their world to open up. They do want their world to open up. They're not willing to stay small anymore. So there are a lot of things. I'm trying to cover them because I haven't made them, you know, their little fig patches of clothing. But this is the Lover's card. They have a decision to make. And it's going to be in reference to finances. So, wow. I really feel like there's going to be a lot of discussions back and forth about finances between them and between you. And I'm going to ask a question. I'm going to ask a question because it's something Spirit is mentioning to me. Libra, because of what happened that we see that Helga or Ramon is about to walk away into the sunset with all the treasure, they may ask you to sign a prenup. Now, you might be insulted and say, why would I want to do that? Or on the other hand, if you're someone that thinks like me, yeah, I'll do that because I have my own money and I have my own things that I'm doing entrepreneurially. So no, maybe I don't want you touching my money either. I mean, come on. If you're gonna have me sign a prenup, well then, yeah, that prenup is gonna have to protect me too, because whatever monies I make, those are my monies. Whatever monies you have made in the past, those are your monies. And if you want to keep certain things separate, that's fine. But then do not count on my money to be your money. Do not count on that. So that would be my feelings towards it. I'll sign it, but it's gonna be a mutual interest, meaning it's gonna protect me and it'll protect you. But if it's just to protect you, you know what? Maybe on this relationship, I'm just gonna pass, because eventually monies have to come together. Or do you think I'm gonna pay for the mortgage and pay all the bills and you get to keep your money? I don't think so. So if the prenup question comes up, that's gonna possibly be a little bit of a thorn in your side. So you're gonna have to decide. You're gonna have to decide. Empress is coming out to the Emperor. And do you see the money? So we are talking about money. And again, why are they talking about that? Because the past Empress, which was Helga or Ramon, walked away and left them this way. They want to make sure they're not going to walk away from a relationship with you if it doesn't work out and end up with only the shirt on their back. And I can say that, okay, I can understand that. Because this person is obviously looking for revenge and they're going to take everything they can from your cross watcher. Okay? This is what they were in the past, was the King of Coins, and that's what they'd like to be in the future. And again, depending on whether you say yay or nay, whether you decide that this is okay with you, with signing a prenup possibly, or discussing finances, judgment is going to be pronounced here. And only one person can win. Only one. Wow. We have the High Priestess, and let's see what else. We've got a fight here. And I don't think the fight is with you. I don't think the fight is with you. We have Temperance. So you're going to be asked by Spirit to have a lot of patience in this relationship, because my goodness, my voice was going. There are a lot of good energies to this relationship, meaning there's really good energy that in the long run, it's going to be beneficial for you because it's a good relationship. But in the short interim of things, there may be not heated discussions, but heavy discussions. So what's the difference? Okay, heated discussions is shouting and getting all crazy and angry. Heavy discussions are, like I said, somebody discussing a prenup and telling you, look, I'm not going into a new relationship or a new marriage and I'm gonna be left with, like they say in Spanish, nomás mis calzones, you know, just my underwear and nothing else. So I want to make sure that you're not, it's going to sound ugly, so please, I'm just the messenger, take it with a grain of salt. I want to make sure you're not going to be with me for my money or just what I can offer you financially. So remember what I always say in my readings, someone has to heal in order for this to stop, but they're not going to heal automatically. They're going to use this opportunity to look at you. I know. Why do you have to be under scrutiny? I know. You're not Helga, you're not Ramon, you didn't do it, but you are going to be under scrutiny because they want to make sure that the decision that they're making with you is going to be a final decision and not, I'm going to get into a relationship, get into a marriage again, and then I'm going to get a divorce. And then I'm going to be even worse with not even a shirt on and no underwear. So they want to make sure before that they actually do commit to something so solid with you, because this has been really bad what they've experienced over there. And possibly you've experienced something too like that. And you have regrets from the past as well. So try to look at it with that lens and not, well, I am insulted, how dare you kind of lens, okay? Look at that. In the end, you get the Six of Wands. So beautiful. But at the same time, when they do come into contact with this person and they're upset about it, you're going to feel much like these cards that I already showed you. You're going to feel tried and tested, because it's not going to be happiness and joy and lollipops and skipping and, you know, little bows and flowers in our hair immediately. It's not. And the reason is because this person has done a number on them, and they're going to do a number on them until the divorce is final. So monies will straighten out, 10 of coins, everything will straighten out. But in the short pause of a moment that they're going to be going through this, it's going to get ugly. But remember, I said there's a light at the end of the tunnel here, and everything's going to be okay. But it is a decision that you're going to have to make. Can you bear this? Can you bear this? Can you bear going through it with them? And the way they're going to treat you in the beginning with a side eye. Yeah, scrutiny. This person needs a lot of rest. You need a lot of prayer and meditation if you're about to embark into this, if you actually do want to throw your head into the ring and get in there. This new life is worth having. The Fool is coming out. But at the same time that it's worth having, it's going to cost you frustrations and a lot of patience, okay? This person is going to need your help, whether that's financially or emotionally. You're going to have to be strong so that you can be their pillar of strength, because they're going to have to find the strength. And through that, both of you can have the sun. You can have that brand new life. And possibly for some of you, you've been waiting for quite a while to have this new life with your significant other, your cross watcher. And look at that. The Four of Wands, another marriage card. So all of this is worth having in the end. But while you're going through it, you might feel tested, and you might feel like, wow, is it worth it? Well, that's up to you, Libra, because you have free will. I always tell you guys, I always disclose, in the long run, no one can make a decision for you but you, okay? You have that Ace of Cups, and it's not going to be an easy peasy lemon squeezy type of situation. You got the Ten of Wands there, but things will change. The Death Rider. Things will change. But man, oh man, are you going to have some patience and a lot of TLC towards this person, even when they don't deserve it. And I'm saying that, yes, even when they don't deserve it, because sometimes they might inadvertently take things out on you when they're having a go at it with this person. But you will hear a lot of truths. You will hear a lot of things that maybe you did not know about in the past, like things that this person was up to and that they maybe didn't disclose. So you're going to have a lot of things disclosed to you, is what I'm hearing, that maybe you were not privy to in the past. Maybe this person wasn't sharing all the things that were going on in that household with you. Six of Swords. So what did I say? A lot of cards are repeating, and I'm glad for that, because that's why I used more than one deck, because I like to clarify. Remember in the beginning I said, look, it looks like the Six of Swords. It reminds me of that energy, because the Six of Swords always promises smooth sailings ahead. Maybe the waters were really rapid and they were really tumultuous over there in the past, but we're going towards something better, something more serene. So it is worth it. It is worth it. So sometimes we come out with war wounds, right? I think that they should teach us something. And I'm speaking for myself from the past. Maybe while I was going through the divorce between my husband and self, the father of my children, perhaps that when I was younger, I didn't take it as, okay, I'm out of it. I'm in the clear. I finally can rest and relax and breathe. Maybe I took all of this to heart to the point that it took a long time to heal from it. But if you think about it in a logical and mature way, you might have a little bit of nicks and cuts about you, a little bruises, as they say. But that also should come along with wisdom, so you don't have to go through that again, okay? And that's going to bring in a lot of luck. Being together with your cross watcher, your significant other, is going to bring in a lot of positive energy. And with the Star card comes the Ace of Wands and a lot of change to your life. So, you know, I don't even think that some of you have realized how much your life will change when you do finally become one with your person. The Queen of Cups, very loving, very kind, very emotionally receptive person. But the thing is, like I said, that healing that has to happen is not going to happen rapidly for this person. So Spirit does want you to take a pause with this Four of Cups, because the offer that's coming, and I have to keep on coming back and reflecting back onto the original card that the first card we chose from the Oracle deck of the Whispers of Love. Remember what I was explaining, that Spirit was telling me that an offer or a gift was going to be made to you, and you might go like, thank you. What is it? What is that? You know, in your head, of course. So that might be still something that's happening even after you contemplate. It's going to take some sitting down, some prayer, some meditation, some forethought. Do you have what it takes inside of you to go through what you're about to embark on with this person? It's not going to be a piece of cake. It's not. In the beginning, it's not going to be a piece of cake, Libra. In the beginning, it's not going to be a cakewalk. I'm sorry. But look what you get. You get your counterpart again. So you guys are meant to come together. It's just not going to be an easy thing. And look at that, a celebration card. The Fates. The Fates. How can you have anything more beautiful than the Fates coming out after your person is your counterpart twice over? Because the King and Queen of Swords came out, and now the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups. You're going to have so many ideas swimming in your head in reference to how to make money together. So this is a good person. This is a good person to come together with, both in love and finances. But I'm telling you, it is going to cause you stress. It is going to cause you stress. So I would recommend, I always recommend two things, okay? One, you have your free will. And secondarily, think things through. Because this change that's coming is a huge one for both you and the cross watcher. For you, because you finally get possibly what you've been waiting for all along. But for the cross watcher, starting a new relationship with you that's solid and getting out of a solid relationship, or a relationship that was somewhat permanent here with a possible marriage, there's got to be a time of healing. And if they're jumping into a relationship immediately with you, that healing is, yes, you can still heal while you're with the person you want to be with, but at the same time, it's slower, because when you go from, en español se dice un clavo saca al otro. So when you go from one relationship directly into another one, sometimes you don't have time to heal correctly because you're too busy trying to remove that other pain as fast as you can. Okay? So be careful with that. That's all I can recommend as far as that's concerned. Be careful with that. But look, these messages are pending. That person is thinking. That person is getting into their head. And this card reminds me of this, because I told you guys This person is going through it. And what they should have learned, let's say in the last 12 years or in the last 20 years of their life, they did not do the work. They're just as bad as Helga and Ramon. They didn't do the work in this relationship. They didn't do any personal growth. Instead, they decided to go in another direction and avoid conflict with Helga and Ramon. And that absolutely is not acceptable to Spirit. Now me, I don't care because it's not about me. I'm doing the reading. I'm just the oracle. However, Spirit is like, no, it's time to grow. So now we're going to put you in summer school, and what you should have learned from kindergarten to 12th grade, now you're going to do it all at once. Yes, you are. So Libra, again, I cannot tell you what to do, and I never want to. I can only recommend. And the reason is because you have to tarot responsibly. No one but you and God has a right to make a decision for you and your best interest. So what I have to say is, you're going to have to think about this long and hard. So if you need time, you tell that person, give me a day, give me 3 days, give me a week, whatever it is you feel like you need. Now, will they take it personal? Sure, I'm sure they will take it personally, that you've got to take time to think about what you're about to embark on. But at the same time, these are heavy, heavy days that are coming. And are they worth it? I feel they are. But you have to make the decision for yourself, because you're the one that's going to have to do the heavy lifting. You're the one that's going to have to put up with them when they're having bad moods or getting to temper tantrums because Helga or Ramon have PO'd them, and they're now taking it out on the world because they have to lash out on someone, you know, because it's exasperating for them to deal with this person. But then again, that's why they're divorcing or getting rid of the relationship, getting out of the relationship, so that they won't have to be unhappy anymore. All right, Spirit, let's try to change this up just a little bit. For my beautiful Libras, my gorgeous Libras, what can you tell us luck-wise that's coming? We can't get out of it. Libra, no matter how you slice and dice it, the Two of Cups again. So I'm telling you, there's a love that's coming. Is it worth it in the long run? But son of a gun, what could I compare it to? How about a diamond mind? How about a diamond mind? Have you ever mined before? You have sticks of dynamite? Have you ever used dynamite? Okay, you're going to learn real fast. So it's going to be very explosive, Libra. But it'll be worth it if you do. Wow, those cards literally all flipped over at the same time. That was weird. What is this? Four of Swords. This person needs rest, Libra. And I feel that as much as I don't want you to feel like a punching bag, or I don't want you to feel like a sounding board, but this person needs you. Meaning they need the kind of love you can provide. They need the kind of peace and peacefulness that they feel when they're in your presence. Because they're with this person over here, they're never at peace. They always feel like they gotta get prepared for a fight all the time. Again, Spirit, besides the love and the relationship that's coming, what else can you tell my beautiful Libras? Where does their luck lie right now during this time, during this reading, please and thank you. Judgment is in your favor. I'm telling you, Libra, judgment is coming in your favor. So whatever you've been asking the universe for, whatever you've been asking God for, it's coming. But what is that saying? Be careful what you ask for. You might just get it. You might just get it. Anything else you'd like to tell my beautiful Libras, please? And thank you before we close this session here. This time with our Libras. Anything else you'd like to tell the Libras, please? And thank you. All right, let's see. Telling you. 10 of Wands, the Ace of Wands. You're gonna have a lot of discussions because you've got the Knight of Cups here with the 4 of Wands, 7 of Coins, things that are up in the air with the 2. Oh my God, I'm telling you, Libra, this person is about to walk away from that relationship. That's the 2 of Wands and the 6 of Swords. There's a divorce that's pending, or some kind of a separation that's not good. They might come to you in hiding. I don't want to put it that way, but this is the 7 of Swords. So they might come to talk to you, Libra, before all of these shenanigans over here are going to happen. I think they want to gauge how you feel about them. 4 of Wands, again, 4 of Wands, 4 of Wands, they want to be with you. Knight of Swords, Queen of Coins, 5 of Swords. This Queen of Coins is giving them the 5 of Swords, and this heaviness is coming out yet again. 10 of Wands is coming out yet again. They're going through it with this person. 3 of Wands. They really desperately want this happiness. And I think they're ready to grasp with both hands and not let go. 7 of Swords again. So I'm telling you, they're thinking of coming towards you to discuss all of this with you. They're calling you their friend. I think that we're past friendship, but that's the title that they may have given you. There is a new beginning here with the Ace of Swords and this King of Cups. I'm telling you, Libra, I wouldn't be too surprised if you don't get a text, a phone call, some kind of a message, or even somebody just dropping by your home to discuss all of this with you. So for some of you, this is what's coming. And if this did not resonate with you this time, then, well, we'll meet again later this week and we will do it all again. But for now, this has been your reading. You do have judgment in your favor, whatever you've been asking God for. And if it's been that you've been asking God for a relationship, it is coming, whether with this person or not. And the 4 of Swords is saying prayer, meditation, contemplation, deep contemplation, using the energy of the Hermit. The wisdom of the Hermit is called for during this situation and this time frame for you, my Libras. Please excuse me, because I do in the live readings have to get up and I have to disconnect with you. But this has been your reading, Libra. Thank you so much for joining me here. Thank you so much for the thumbs up, because that's the only way my videos are going to circulate. And if you got anything out of this video today, out of these readings, then please do hit the thumbs up. Please do consider subscribing. I'd love to have you as my YouTube family. And my gosh, Libra, my gosh, you have a lot coming your way. And if I were you, I would hit the bell button and I would hit all, so you can be notified when I post again or when I'm live again. Because let me tell you, there's more to come. This is not the end, it's only the beginning. Much love and light to you guys. Thank you always for gracing me with your presence. Please have a great rest of your week, and I hope it treats you well. Be blessed, be safe. Bye, Libra. Bye.